Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Wednesday Wisdom. My name is JB Hilliard and these are short video snippets designed to answer questions you may have about estate planning or probate or other legal concerns that are out there in your world. And we are in a part 3 of a hypothetical situation regarding property ownership. So if you have not watched or listened to the first 2 episodes of this hypo, please do so. You can see the link to my YouTube library, video library, in the comments, I think below. But in the meantime, this week's Wednesday Wisdom is all about the numbers. So I'm not going to spend time recapping. So again, go look at those other videos if you need to. But we have tweaked the hypo a little bit where we have 3 owners, husband Hank, wife Wilma, and cousin Conley. And all 3 have passed away at different times, but we're trying to decide, well, I guess I am doing a recap. We're trying to decide who the property goes to. So we presumed that Hank passed away first. So with each of the original owners, and so I tried to create some quick pie charts to illustrate the changes of the ownership breakdown. But originally, each owner had a third share, and so forgive the 34% you see there. That's Excel's rounding to make it a full 100% pie. But everybody has an equal share, 1/3. And then Hank passes away, so his share goes to his surviving. Hank passes away first, so his share goes to his surviving spouse Wilma and his surviving children. And in this case, he had 1 child, Hank Jr. And so Hank Jr. and Wilma then split Hank's share, so they each get 1/2 of 1/3. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are into the numbers now. So Wilma, so that, if you remember fractions, and we're going to work with fractions and percentages for all those learning types out there. So Wilma then gets a 6th share additional, and then Hank Jr. gets a 6th share from Hank's 1/3 original share. Okay, now fast forward. Now Wilma has passed away. And recall from the previous hypo description, Wilma has 2 children. Now she has Hank Jr. with Hank, and she has Wilhelmina from a previous marriage. So now Wilma's share is split between her 2 children. And so now I got to go back to my notes. So I have to put my glasses on as I walk you through this with the pie chart on the screen. So that means Hank Jr. gets, again, they each get half, but Wilma's share increased from 1/3 to 1/2, remember, once husband Hank passed away. So Wilhelmina gets 1/2 of 1/2, which is 1/4 or 25%. But Hank Jr. gets not only mom's share, but remember, he also is still holding a 6th interest from dad's previous share. So Hank Jr.'s share goes up, and you'll see that on the pie chart. And then we still have Conley. So now fast forward, cousin Conley passes away. His only next of kin was an Aunt Carrie. So that one's pretty straightforward. She gets his 3rd share. She doesn't get anything from Hank or Wilhelmina because she wasn't a surviving spouse or a child of either one of them. So at the end of the day, you'll see that how this ends up. Hank Jr. is holding a 42% share. Wilhelmina is holding a 25% share. And Carrie is holding still that 1/3 or a 33% share. And that should equal 100%. So what does this mean? It means that this is still a mess. But basically what it means is now all three of these heirs with their ownership interest need to come to some sort of an agreement as to how they want to handle this property, what they want to do with this property. And a lot of times I find that families want to keep a property that's been in the family for a while. They want to keep it in the family. And particularly when there's no will in place, there, the decisions could be widespread. The decisions, or the options rather, could be widespread. So there's going to be a lot of conversation going on, or would need to occur, between these three and their families to determine what needs to happen with this property at this point. I am going to continue this hypo next time because I want to switch it up a little bit and see how this ownership dynamic changes if wife Wilma were to pass away first, if she would have passed away before Hank. Interesting stuff here. This is what our lawyer lives are made of. But as always, I appreciate you watching this week, and we can't wait to see you next time. Until then, be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.